Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 83 of the Comic Room Pod. I am your host, Spro, and with me, as always, is my co-host and father-in-law, Mr. Longbox.
Hey.
If you're watching this on YouTube, joke's on you. You're not watching this. You're listening to this. We are recording a day late. Mr. Longbox had some travels, came back, but we still wanted to squeeze out an episode, and it gave me time to watch Lanterns. Because that came out Sunday night. So talk about that a little bit. But yeah, sorry for no video. There would just be no time in what I got going on today to edit.
What I want to know is, like back a few weeks ago when I was wearing like a bandage on my nose, why couldn't we do an all audio then?
Honestly, it hadn't even crossed my mind, but we should have.
It definitely crossed mine. And I look at that show, I look like I'm wearing a shoe on my face.
You had to show the people that you were evolving into Clayface.
Exactly. I needed to justify my absence from earlier.
I hadn't even thought about it. If you had brought it up, I think.
Nah, it was fun.
That's funny though.
So audio only. So I didn't have to put my makeup on or fix my hair or anything like that.
Oh man, still in the PJs. That's funny. But yeah, today's mostly going to be a news episode because it has been a crazy weekend with D23. Got X-Men casting announcements, a lot of other stuff. Ahsoka season 2. We got the Vision Quest trailer. I don't know if you watched that at all.
Did I watch that? I think we had a TV on, like where I was, but there was no sound, and I saw a lot of things come across the screen.
Okay.
A lot of the D3 announcements did.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure, and some Lanterns footage, but I don't think I saw that. What you just said.
Yeah, there's also a new Doomsday trailer. Did you see that?
No, I think I've been living in a rock for the last 3 days.
Shoot,
It's all right.
No, it might be worth it.
All right, I'll pull it up on my phone.
Well, no, I can put it on the TV, but let me just pause real quick.
All right.
We'll be back, and as soon as we're back, Mr. Longbox will have seen the Doomsday trailer. All right, we're back. Mr. Longbox has watched the Doomsday trailer and the Vision Quest. I guess we'll just skip show and tell this week since we have nothing to show, and it would be all
it would only be telling, which isn't very compelling.
But I will say I have something very exciting next week that I've talked about a lot and like trying to accomplish, and I told you about this already.
Yep.
That I've like been wanting to do, and I finally found. Hopefully, I'm like unpack it. I delivers today, so I'll be able to like unpackage it and stuff. But hopefully, I can make of it what I have been planning to. So we'll see. But anyways, let's just get into news since we just watched these 2 trailers. Let's talk about those first. So the Doomsday trailer.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. Doom sitting in Doomstat in the beginning.
Oh.
Just fantastic.
It's intense.
I got to say something that like sticks out to me the most in that trailer. And this is me jumping ahead maybe in the trailer a little bit. I have been critical of Pedro Pascal before the like when it was announced. I was like, oh man, I don't know. He came in the movie and I was like happy like with it. I was like, because I'd say like low expectations, and then he definitely surprised me. That moment of him asking Doom, was it you, Victor? And then again,
screaming,
but like yelling. That was like full. It was just like, whoa, this is.
There was emotional depth to Reed Richards that has not been allowed to be portrayed.
Yeah.
Not knocking any actors. It just hasn't been in the scripts.
Yeah.
Right. That was amazing.
It was like, I thought about that moment for a while after I watched the trailer for the first time. Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah, I noted that his voice didn't sound anything like RDJ at all.
Yeah.
Either. I mean, is that to RDJ just being a chameleon with his voice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounding Eastern European is the
right. Latvia.
Yeah.
Latveria, not
Latveria.
Latvia. There is a Latvia, but that's not where Doom's from.
Yeah.
I'm super pumped to see the movie after that trailer. Like the whole thing, almost every scene is sort of bathed in this green hue, the sickly green presence just everywhere. And even Doom's eyes, Victor's eyes. And I will say this, I haven't been critical of Vanessa Kirby. I liked her from the start. And she has the gravitas to deliver those lines that we get about Victor, about what did she say? I knew he was
broken or hurt or something.
Hurt or whatever. It was something stronger than hurt, but I didn't know he was broken. It was a lot.
Yeah.
And like again, she delivered the line. Like she's. It made me excited about the Fantastic Four. This trailer, a lot, because Doom's so tied up into the FF, but also because the two FF characters that actually have any speaking parts in this trailer, they're lights out.
Yeah, it's a really good trailer. What's great about Doomsday is it's not based on not that we know of. It's not based on a comic book.
No,
it's a setup for Secret Wars, which is obviously there's 2 Secret Wars that happened, and Kevin Feige said at San Diego Comic-Con this year that it's more leaning into the Jonathan Hickman Secret Wars, so the 2015 stuff, which makes sense because I mean Doom is on like every cover of that run,
right?
But yeah, so I mean the gang is back. Right, we got a lot of Ian McKellen as Magneto in this trailer. Different new helmet.
Yeah, he looked cool.
Yeah, new helmet. We got some Patrick Stewart. It's funny because Dara and Melissa, Mr. Longbox's other daughter, were rewatching the X-Men movies, and in 2000, they were, I think, like 61. Like 1661, Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, but it's like a rough 61. Like that was kind of the comment that was
some hard miles.
Yeah, and so it's like, dude, here they are, 20 to 26 later over the course of the trilogy, 20 to 26 years later, they're donning it, the helmets and the wheelchair. I guess.
It's amazing that
it's just like, man, now they're in their 80s.
They can still bring it. Yeah.
So I'm very interested just to see what the purpose is for bringing them in. I mean, nostalgia for sure, and obviously, I mean, the obvious answer is that the studio has had some flops in the last couple of years, and so they want an event to bring people back.
Right.
So of course you're going to dig into nostalgia. You have to write a story to bring them in, though, and you have to pay it off. Like you can make that decision that we need to get people back, so let's use nostalgia. But if you don't do it in a way that satisfies the viewer, it's going to be worse than all those flops because you're mistreating all these characters that people love and grew up with. So, but I mean, I have faith, like that. People give criticism to the Russo brothers for making like flat 2-dimensional movies with, CGI and stuff, and just no depth to writing is the kind of claim. But honestly, they've been Captain America Winter Soldier, incredible. Captain America Civil War, incredible.
Yeah.
Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, both incredible. They did a bunch of Community episodes, incredible. So it's like I have no reason to doubt that this is going to be good,
right?
And that it's going to everything is going to pay off in the way that it should.
And you have a good cast and a mature cast. What I mean is they're mature in the roles they're playing.
Yes.
It's not like these guys haven't been. Chris Hemsworth has been Thor for 15 years or whatever.
Yeah.
10 years. So, for example. So, yeah, these guys, and obviously Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart. So, yeah, these they're not trying to figure out how to play this character.
Right.
So, oh man. And then of course now with RDJ, sure, but RDJ is RDJ.
Yeah.
He's a maestro. He's one of those true chameleon actors where I believe him in everything he does.
Yeah.
And he's never Robert Downey Jr. He's the character. I would say like Meryl Streep is that way too. She just plays so many different characters, and I never think, oh look, that's Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
It's just the character, and RDJ's like that.
RDJ has been wearing a lot of outfits with, I think it's Latvian writing or like some sort of like runes just on like the lapel of his suit or like on his shoe.
Yeah.
And Valeria was written on one of them.
Oh, yeah.
So somebody like completely decoded everything. And I think Valeria is the name of his wife. But I mean, you just can't help it.
And his daughter, right?
I
think
no.
that's her
Well,
name.
that's Reed and Sue's daughter.
Right.
But he
His,
helped deliver.
He like is a very central figure in her life.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
It looked like in one of the scenes, he almost looked like he was wearing one of his Hellfire Gala outfits, like really ornate green.
Oh, yeah.
It looked, not that there's anything to do with that, but it just
yeah,
they might have taken inspiration from the decor, because he was impressive. Man.
Yeah.
he looked really he looked formidable.
Yeah, he did.
He just flicks Thor away like nothing.
Yeah. So okay. So somebody had mentioned this. So Thor uses that exact move against Thanos, right? And that's when Thanos says you should have gone for the head. So obviously in that moment, Thor's going to be aiming for the head. But what somebody pointed out was when Thor in Infinity War makes that jump and is like going to attack Thanos, Thanos is using the power of the Infinity Gauntlet and all 6 stones, and Thor and Stormbreaker, which is the axe that he has, is plowing through the power of the Infinity Gauntlet before he hits Thanos' chest. So Thor and his power and the power of Stormbreaker are strong enough to go through Stormbreaker, but then when he gets to Doom with 2 fingers stops it and flicks him away, like you said.
He doesn't even flinch. It's like his knees don't even quiver or buckle even a little bit. He just later.
So like that comparison is just goes to show like the power
Yeah.
that Doom has. I'm very excited to see it.
It looked like from what I could see, they're standing on a place of absolute decimation. Like when Reed is saying, "Did you do this?" Like he just genocided a whole whatever it is planet. I don't know.
Well, there was a shot of Manhattan, like so it could be that
in a different
the skyscrapers were flattened, and,
just obliterated everyone.
Yeah.
Woo. I love that they're going hard. Like the stakes are deeper than, maybe that's deeper than just like a comic book story that a lot of movies try to do, where it's, maybe that's been some of the problems with some of the movies. It's just the stakes haven't been high enough.
Yeah.
The stakes. But if you're going to open up with him flattening New York and some other universe and killing everybody there, the millions of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's, and the sense of how bad it is, it comes across in Pascal's "Did you do this?" and then screaming it. Did you? Like, it's unbelievable. I can't even imagine that this guy would do such a thing. So yeah, I'm in.
That shot of RDJ, like, because Reed says it the first time, and then in the trailer it cuts to Doom, but it's like this low shot angle looking up from Reed's perspective. And RDJ just has this like look in his eyes of, how can I describe it? It's like it's not like reluctant acknowledgement. It's like this like solemn. It's like this weird twisted version, and there might be a word for this. It's like this twisted version of meekness. Like he knows what he was doing is wrong, but he's like so calm and collected under the pressure of it all.
Yeah.
Like knowing that he had to do. I don't know if there's another word for that, because it's not meek, but it's like a twisted version of it.
Yeah, it's and it's not regret either. It's just like not even sheepish, but an acknowledgement. Yeah. This was like you get a little glimpse of there's something in him that knows it was wrong to do it.
Right.
But just a little bit.
Yeah.
And you got to be a good actor to pull that off.
Just with eyes.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. When is it coming? They put at the very end, it gave the dates. Was
December
it October?
18th.
December.
Well, before then, in October, we have Vision Quest.
That's what I was thinking October.
We just watched that trailer.
Yeah.
What did it say? The conclusion to the trilogy?
Yeah. And it like really had high praise for its own trilogy, right? Like this groundbreaking trilogy, which of course WandaVision was.
Sorry, before we go into Vision Quest, I forgot I pulled this up back to Doomsday. Disney Plus released an essential watch list for Doomsday.
Ooh, so let's hear it.
And I think this is really only going to apply to like, and we might not even pull it off, but to like the comic book nerd who like wants to refresh, like you would go back and watch this, your average viewer, which is most people that walk into the theater, is not going to go back and rewatch all these. But here's what Disney Plus put up: X-Men, X2, Captain America: The First Avenger, The Avengers, Avengers: Infinity War, Avengers: Endgame, Loki, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Spider-Man: No Way Home, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Captain America: Brave New World, Deadpool and Wolverine, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Thunderbolts, and finally the Fantastic Four: First Steps.
Wow.
So noted as not included is X-Men X3 The Last Stand. So it's just X-Men and X2, which I know X3 messes with a lot of the X-Men timeline with the Dark Phoenix stuff. So they're not including that. They're also not including Avengers Age of Ultron. So probably going to be no Ultron in this. Some other notable, something that's interesting that's not included is the Marvels, which is like the sequel to Captain Marvel, which is fine and okay, but that post-credit scene had Monica Rambeau showing up in the X-Men world with Kelsey Grammer's Beast. So it's just interesting that that's not included.
Right. Well, like they decided they couldn't do it all.
Yeah. Or maybe just something that'll come around in Secret Wars and not.
Oh, man. I got to read Hickman's Secret Wars.
Yeah, I have the trade paperback over there somewhere.
And that spins off of the Fantastic Four run, Hickman's first Fantastic Four run, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Spider-Man: No Way Home is noted, but not Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That, and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness is also on the list. So it just makes you think of the multiverse aspects of Spider-Man: No Way Home. And could we be seeing a Toby? Could we be seeing an Andrew Spider-Man? If we have the original X-Men, it would make sense for Toby Spider-Man to be involved in some way, because those two movies, Spider-Man 1 and X-Men, came out back to back. X-Men came out first, but those two movies are pivotal for where comic book movies are today and why they're as big as they are.
True.
So I think that, and I think, it's suggesting that so as to not be like, yeah, go watch Spider-Man 1 through 3 from Tobey Maguire. Like, it's not, they maybe don't want to spoil it. And you kind of do get everything that you need to know about Tobey, where he's currently at in that movie. So you don't need to go watch his whole arc.
No.
1 through 3.
And all the speculation. There's going to be YouTube videos galore on this stuff for the next 3 months, 4 months, right? That's going to be fun. And then we're just going to have to sit tight and then just dive in. And how soon can we buy tickets?
As soon as we can, I'll let you know. Yeah.
Okay. We need to lock that in.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to be able to wait.
All right, now we can move on to Vision Quest.
Yeah, Vision Quest.
It looked fun.
It did look fun. It was interesting that they framed it as part 3 of a 3-part trilogy.
Yeah.
Because it didn't feel like there was a lot from Agatha all along that really picked up the torch from WandaVision. I mean, obviously the whole setup, the fact that Agatha's where she is, clearly does. But I mean,
interesting.
The Witch's Road and all that,
I wasn't thinking of the trilogy as an Agatha. I was thinking of the trilogy as WandaVision, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and then Vision.
No, I'm thinking of the television trilogy.
Interesting. Yeah. Huh. I could go either way. Yeah. Definitely.
But I am noting that it seems odd to include Agatha all along as the second of 3. It doesn't feel like it was.
Did it say Agatha is the second in 3?
No, but I'm just answering my own thoughts on it. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
but then we did see the. Wow.
It stands to reason because that the son in the trailer is Speed.
Yeah.
And Wiccan was in Agatha all along, so that connection makes sense.
Right.
But then,
I mean, it is though, because it is a true. Like the WandaVision ends with Agatha trapped in that place.
Yeah.
Because Wanda's so upset with her, and then Agatha all along begins with Agatha realizing that she's trapped in that place.
Yeah.
So I think that is the part 2 of it. I do.
Yeah. I'm only just thinking of the Wanda side of things. like because Wanda is the villain.
We kept wondering if Wanda was going to show up in Agatha.
Yeah.
And she didn't.
Yeah.
But it seemed like she would.
Yeah.
Because after all, she's the catalyst for why Agatha is stuck where she, and everything else. And her son's in it.
Agatha was at D23, so that is probably I think with the kids, with Wiccan being in Agatha all along, and then Speed being in this one, and Catherine Hahn was at D23. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it does make sense that it's probably that. I would almost call it's not even a trilogy; it's a quad.
Yeah,
I don't know, whatever you would call that.
Yeah, what do you? I don't even know what to call that. Quadrilogy, quadrilly.
But people have like acknowledged that they felt like the writers of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness did not watch WandaVision, and I think some writers even said that like WandaVision wasn't complete while they were writing Multiverse of Madness, which is why there's like some slight overlap of like Wanda's arc. So that does make sense. I hadn't even considered Agatha, huh?
Well,
nice.
That's why I say it gets, we didn't see at all any kind of post spike in first Agatha Harkness FF 94.
Yeah.
And I could see why, because it wasn't really, it wasn't a great showcase for Agatha Harkness in terms of what her powers are or anything. It was just really kind of her character building. But I'm just I guess fueling the speculation bubble a little bit. But I'm just saying, if they are going to invest more into the storyline, you do have you can get that book at a pretty good price right now.
Young Avengers 1 also. Wiccan at first appearance of Wiccan.
Yeah. Jump in and get those.
Yeah.
Little public service announcement.
A villain that was shown in the trailer, he was like very shadowy, was Paladin, who makes his first appearance in like Daredevil 140 something or 150 something. No, it's got to be like 130 or 140 because then Miller comes. Yeah, it's just before Miller.
Good sleeper pick. See, we're going back to our sleepers. Remember we used to do that. Yeah, those are good. Those are good sleep. Well, we kind of stopped doing it because there wasn't a lot of movie stuff happening in the last couple of years. That was really worth specking, but I think we're back.
Yeah, and I think I know Swaggle House put out a video. I haven't watched it, but I've seen people talking about online that he thinks, and this is me regurgitating information that I saw people talking about it because I haven't seen it. So take it with a grain of salt. I do plan on watching it. He basically, I think, is saying that like the market is about to jump again, like similar to 2021. And I think people were saying that he used the Ghost Rider as an example because that is bumped and it's held. Like normally these books bump and then they drop off like a week or two later, but this one's held. And it's really hard to... X-Men is so big. Everybody loves X-Men. And I am like on this... I mean, you grew up in the Byrne era.
Yeah.
I grew up... I was like too young for the movies, but I was primed perfectly for Spider-Man because I think X-Men 1 came out when I was like 4 years old.
Yeah,
so
it did.
It
was like 2000.
Yeah, I'm not remembering anything from that. So, and then but I'm also like, I was born too late for X-Men, the 90s animated show. So I just wasn't like really big into X-Men. But a lot of people that collect today are millennials. And I'm like on this cusp. I'm like on if you read some forums, I'm like the last millennial. If you read others, I'm the first Gen Z. So like I'm on like this awkward border. But a lot of the millennials that grew up watching the Saturday morning X-Men cartoon in the 90s and then were at the right age for the X-Men movie. Yeah. Like X-Men is just wildly popular and it's a lot of what sells on IG from what I've noticed. So all that to say, with the announcement, and we can get into the news of this, with the big announcement this weekend of at least the first wave of X-Men casts.
Oh, let's talk about that.
The money that's going to be in the market is going to be, the velocity is going to be high.
Yep.
And the volume is going to be high because there's a lot of X-Men collectors.
Yeah. And because the X-Men it's just this amazing cast of characters. There's a lot of first appearances that you can choose to get, right?
Yeah.
You're not locked into Giant Size X-Men 1. You don't, or
Right.
Hulk 181. You can get the first Jubilee. You can get the first Gambit. You can get the first Rogue. You can get the first, I almost said the first Nightcrawler, but you can't. I mean, you can, but you can get the first appearances of a lot of these next gen X-Men that are the ones that are selling right now. Like Rogue is hot across the board. Like you were saying, you've seen this. Rogue covers, they go. People are really into it. And Marvel's caught on to that, because if you go to the LCS on almost any Wednesday or Thursday, you're going to see a good handful of Rogue covers on the wall.
Yeah.
Because Marvel's figured it out. That people are scooping up Rogue covers. So that tells me that it's not my generation of X-Men collectors. It's yours. It's that generation. They want these newer characters that are being highlighted in, say, X-Men 97. Which reminds me, you and I talked about this. I think if we accept that the first Deadpool, the value of that book is accurate, that's a fair price for New Mutants 92, then I'm gonna
98.
I mean, I knew that wasn't right. I'm like 92, 98. Then I'm going to say that the first Cable is an insanely undervalued book.
Yeah.
I would say.
So fantastic cover.
It's a great cover. It's
Liefeld and McFarlane.
It's Liefeld and McFarlane. It's not disputed like first Gambit. There's no question that that's the first Cable.
Yeah.
Although Liefeld will say it's the issue before.
Yeah.
But we're talking about a Hulk 181, 182 situation that nobody wants that. No one wants 85 or whatever it is.
Right.
The one for 86 is with the sick cover, right? Or 87.
87.
Yeah. 86, 87. 86 is it's not a great cover. Anyway, I would say that's a book. I know it's not cheap. It's going to cost you $150, $200, whatever. But look at the cost of New Mutants 98 and ask yourself, were there fewer New Mutant 98s than 87s? No, they're not. Is it a better cover than 87? No, it's not. Is Cable less significant in the Marvel universe or the animated or whatever than Deadpool? Yes, but
not the X-Men animated show.
Not in the animated show. And people are just starting to get into like the whole Madeline Pryor and like what's going on with that. It's a great storyline.
Yeah.
That book should probably be about worth as much as the first Deadpool, I think.
Yeah.
And you can get a cool second printing of that one too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I see that book for about $125 near mint most of the time.
not for much longer, man.
Yeah, I mean it is hot. It did hit the hot list.
Did it? Yeah, I'm not surprised.
And you had called it days before.
I did.
You should have jumped on it.
And I got like 6 coming. No, I'm just kidding. I know I should have taken my own advice, but I was too busy traveling. But yeah, that's a book that it's just a cool cover, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of like look like siblings. Those two books.
Yeah.
87 and 98. It'd be cool to have both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the casting. Sadie Sink plays Jean Grey. We knew
Stellar.
that.
Yep.
And if you haven't seen Spider-Man by this point, I'm sorry. Can't blame me. It's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah, dude, get on board.
Yeah, so should be great. I think
Yeah.
everything we've seen was great.
I love the young take on it.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, and they're even going young with Professor X, which we'll get into,
which is cool.
in a
Yeah,
minute. Kit Connor is Scott Summers' Cyclops. I don't think he's been in anything like crazy big. He was on Broadway recently for Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, I think he looks the part. I think something that everybody was saying was like you got to have a convincing Cyclops for the Jean Grey and Emma Frost castings. So you got to have somebody who like looks like he can.
Yeah, you got to like he belongs. But
Yeah.
but at the same time, what we don't want is I don't really want a Chippendales version of Cyclops. Like I want a Cyclops that is as tough and as he is in the comics. Like they've never really done that.
Well, here's a picture of him.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
That looks
meek. Power under control.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure it'll be great. they've got such great material to work with.
Yeah.
But it was just the way he's always been portrayed as kind of like the mealy understudy to always like being outdone by Logan and everything. It would be
Yeah.
nice for him to be
There's a word for that, but we don't have to say it.
Yeah, we're not going to say it. But who he really is in the comics. I mean, he's absolutely a rival to Logan
And a leader.
and a leader of the X-Men. And not just like the good guy who cleans the erasers after school, right?
Yeah.
But no,
that's
he's,
definitely what they made him.
yeah, he's not that.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be more than that.
Okay, next up, Christopher Abbott is Charles Xavier, Professor X. Here's
Okay, now that was surprising to me because I thought, okay, he looks like he's a peer or contemporary to Cyclops. But who knows how they're playing that?
So I think he's actually like twice that guy's age. So I think Kit Connor is 22 and this guy's like 40 something.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
dude,
I mean,
what's his secret? What's the cream? What's the face cream he's using? I want it.
So what's something that, okay, and I said this earlier, like X-Men was just not my thing. Like I had a couple covers until recently where I'm like, oh, let me get some cool Cyclops covers and stuff, but I'm not well read on X-Men. And this is something I want to talk about when we get to Lanterns as well. But I'm not well read on X-Men. I haven't seen much of the old show. I've seen all the movies and I'm watching X-Men 97. Like that's about it. I don't think I've read an X-Men comic cover to cover. And I think I said a few weeks ago, like I'd like to read the Burn run.
Yeah.
But something I learned was that Charles Xavier is not actually British. And that was just something for the movies, just because it's Patrick Stewart and
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, why am I blanking on his name?
Ian.
No,
Oh, right.
the younger.
Yeah, the guy who I don't know his name, but I know you're talking
Yeah.
about the guy who.
And I love him as Professor X. But anyways, yeah, Professor X is from Connecticut, I believe is what I learned. So I think that's probably what they'll do is just make him American again.
Yeah.
Hoorah!
Hoorah!
So I'm excited for that. And Maya Boyd is Aurora Monroe.
Oh,
Storm.
yes.
So
Yeah.
apparently she has no IMDb credits.
Wow. So she's a brand new face.
Yeah, apparently she's done stage and stuff. She's a theater actor. But I believe that she's not like no IMDb movie credits. Yep, nothing. She was in a short in 2023. But the only IMDb credit she has is untitled Marvel X-Men film in pre-production for Storm. So somebody saw a play, Broadway or whatever, West End, whatever she was on, and must have just been blown away.
Yeah.
And been like, that's our Storm.
I like that they're going with, at least to me, relative unknowns.
Yeah.
That makes it. I like that because then there's no context.
There's a lot you can do with the character.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Samara Weaving as Emma Frost, that was announced.
Mm-hmm.
And then Indy Navarrete as Rogue. Indy Navarrete, I think is actually how you say her last name.
Mm-hmm.
She is playing, she's playing Rogue, and she was in Obsession. This is what she was kind of most popular for.
Okay.
She was doing a podcast, and she said that she'd been talking to Jake Schreier about playing Mystique. So I think I trust that she's Rogue, but there were some people who were like, ooh, is this the Mystique casting? Like that she's shape-shifting into Rogue, and then they'll twist it later and announce another Rogue casting, and then be like, oh, this is actually Mystique.
Who knows?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I think she's playing Rogue. Like I mean, that's a fun little like theory.
Yeah.
To play. But we'll see. And then something that I'm excited about, very excited, is Adam Driver is playing Nathaniel Milbury, aka Mr. Sinister. I love Adam Driver. He is fantastic.
He is.
I love just watching movies that he's in. I think he was the potentially sole redeeming factor of the sequel trilogy.
Yeah. He was great.
Yeah, there's
Kylo Ren.
There's another movie that I love. He's 42.
He is?
Yeah. Thought he was a little bit older. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, bro. I love you. House of Gucci.
Yes, he was
great
he was
in House
really
of
amazing
Gucci.
in that. Yeah, he was so good.
Yeah, House of Gucci. Marriage Story.
Yeah.
I mean, that movie is brutal.
That's a hard watch.
Black Klansman. Have you seen that?
No.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
and it's Denzel Washington's son. I'm forgetting his name.
So dark though.
John David Washington.
Okay.
He's great, and Adam Driver is great. And there's two movies I'm thinking of. Oh, Patterson. Have you seen Patterson?
No.
It's an indie film where he plays a writer, but he's a school bus driver. He's a school bus driver by day, and a writer is like his passion.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, so you would like it. I think you would.
Yeah,
you would
I like it already.
It's a pretty artsy like indie film.
Patterson.
Yeah, Paterson. Maybe Paterson. No, I think they pronounce Patterson. Yeah, it's great. I really enjoyed it. Here's the two movies I was thinking of. So there's While We're Young, which is a movie he did with Ben Stiller, and where like Ben Stiller's kind of having like this midlife crisis. Him and his wife kind of are, and they're like, we need to be younger, and they meet Adam Driver and his girlfriend.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, that one's great. It's
That's
funny.
really good. Yeah.
Adam Driver plays a hipster. One of my favorite movies is called This Is Where I Leave You. And I really like it because of Adam Driver in it. It's this family, like a bunch of brothers and sisters. There's probably like 7, 8 of them. Like it's a lot, like big family. And the father dies. And so they all have to they all come back home. You know, a lot of them left to the big city. So they all come back to like the smallish town. And Adam Driver is a little brother. So just like Jason Bateman is one of the older brothers. And then the dude who plays, not Hornet, the villain in Ant-Man, who ends up playing MODOK, that guy.
Oh yeah.
Him, he's like the oldest brother. So just watching Adam Driver just play the little brother as like an adult little brother, it's so good. Like the comedy is great.
He's a tremendous actor, man. He's going to be great in this role.
So he has a diverse like IMDb and what he can do.
Yeah,
So
and he's very, very popular for amid Gen Z.
Yeah.
And millennials.
Yeah.
He's your guy.
Kylo, man.
Yeah, right. So yeah, it's a great. I mean, I'm not really up on all the different actors, and but these are unknown anyway. So I feel like I'm on an even playing field just to be able to look at it and say, I know Sadie Sink from Stranger Things, but the rest of them, they certainly look the part. They look like they'll, and judging from what I saw in the footage from D3, everybody was pretty stoked. And the buzz has been really positive about all of it. So those are all good signs. I always hate it when there's a casting announced and then the internet is instantly split and people are angry about it. And it's just like, man, we haven't even had our first shoot day and people are dumping on the movie just because they don't like a casting. It's like, just wait and see. Anyway, so I was happy to see that there's a good
Calling me out on my Pedro hate.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, that's what we're doing here. Like people they do come online and share their opinion. That's fair. But all that to say, I'm pleased with the overwhelming positive response that I've seen anyway to all of these castings.
Right.
It just makes me more excited.
Totally.
And not feeling like I'm drawn into debating about it. Like I love seeing people so excited. It definitely feels like it feels like a new day in MCU.
A brand new day. Perhaps.
A brand new day. I was going to say it, and I'm like, can I get away with that?
Yeah. And you haven't seen it again, right?
No, but I won't be sad when I do.
Dara was saying she wants to rewatch it again, and they put it in IMAX last week, so maybe we can find an IMAX viewing. Go watch it again. I'd be super down for that.
Yeah, my ears are just about done ringing from the concert I was at the weekend.
Oh, right. Okay, so something you had just said was people ringing on castings. So I'll use that as a transition point. Lanterns.
Yeah.
A lot of people were very hesitant that they were casting an older Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart at that's an appropriate age for Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
But everybody was upset that Hal Jordan was going to be older because it, you're like, man, that just means we're not going to have him. These movies take time. It's like a year to produce, another half a year to a year to post produce, and then it comes out. And then normally they let that circuit go for a year before they decide, like, okay, then we'll do a sequel. So then that takes like another. So it's a big, you can age 5 years between the first time you shoot something to the second time you shoot something.
Yeah. Like the last 2 Spider-Man movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Or Robert Pattinson. I mean, he's already in his early 40s, and now he's going to be in his mid 40s, and he's going to be still a year 3 or year 2 Batman.
Playing 20-something Bruce Wayne. Yeah.
But that was a big thing, and it's tough because it's like you're starting this brand new DC universe, and you're like, Hal Jordan is just like a cornerstone of the DC universe. So the hesitancy is understood. The first episode came out last night. You didn't watch it because you realized you didn't have HBO. So we'll make sure you can watch it. So I will talk about it.
Okay.
And
I'll listen.
I will do my best.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
You can't really spoil a first episode. Nothing's been. Everything's just getting set up. Can you?
You can on this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can on this one. So it has True Detective vibes. I've never seen True Detectives, but that's what everybody's saying. So I'll just echo that.
Okay.
The term True Detective sounds. That makes sense with what this is. Basically, there's different decades that are occurring. So Hal Jordan becomes Green Lantern in 1986. And then the movie catches up to 2006? No, 1996, I think. And Jon Stewart is watching Hal Jordan on TV, like, talk about something that just happened and, like, reveal himself, like, to the world, essentially. Some crazy stuff between Jon Stewart and his dad. Then it jumps forward to 2016. So all years that are ending in 6. Fast forward to 2016, and Hal Jordan is now mentoring Jon Stewart. The rule is, and this is kind of going back to what I said, where I wasn't a well-read X-Men person. I'm not a well-read DC person in general, with the exception of Batman. I definitely have not read any Green Lantern stuff.
Me either.
And I know, like, a lot of, like, post Infinite Crisis is the stuff that is going to be pulled from, because that's when the universe kind of gets reset. And I know that there's a lot of really iconic stuff. I've read, like, Flashpoint because I really like Flash, but I've not been, like, a Green Lantern guy. So, anyways, all that said, I'm not well read, but what the show makes clear is there can only be one Green Lantern on Earth or any planet at any given time. So as long as Hal Jordan is around, Jon Stewart cannot be around as Green Lantern, at least.
Okay.
So he's just training him for the day. I think Jon Stewart says it at some point that there's that in case anything happens to Hal Jordan, that he's ready to take up the mantle. Hal Jordan is in a car, and they're both in a car, Hal and John. And John's like, yo, why haven't I been able to, like, use the ring yet? And so and this shot was in the trailer. Hal takes off the ring, puts it on the dashboard, and says there's a taco shop like 3 miles up the road. I'll meet you there. And then he jumps out the car. And and Jon Stewart's just on the passenger side. And he's got to, like, grab the ring and use it. And so car flies off a cliff. And then the next shot is Jon Stewart walking down the street pissed. And as he's there, 2006 version of Hal Jordan pops up right in front of him. And he's like, did I die? And he's like, what? Like, he's not clicking that this is, like, a different... He's like, what? He's like, no. He's like, you just jumped out the car and left me. He's like, do you think that was funny or something like that? And he's like, Hal's, like, very confused. And then they get on the same page. And it was a previous consciousness of Hal Jordan from the ring that popped out and was talking to John. And then he gives John a message to give to Hal. And so then he gets to the taco stand, and they're bickering. It's like this really fun, like older,
buddy cop stuff. Right?
Yeah.
I love that.
yeah. And so then John tells him the message, and how his face gets like all the color like sucked out of his face, and it's like like a totally different demeanor than Hal had that entire time. Hal takes the ring, and he just flies away. Like he said something before he flies away, and then like John shrugs and like rolls his eyes, and then he takes a plane to go to where the message was. So I won't talk beyond that because that was all trailer footage stuff, pretty much.
Okay. Wow.
So I won't talk beyond that.
But you liked it?
I really liked it. It was funny. Like there was even moments where like Daryl was like laughing like a decent amount.
All right.
And the reason why I had explained all that was because genuinely all of the trailers that we seen was like the first 20 minutes of the show. So there's 8 episodes, I think, in total. And I think there's a handful of scenes that they pulled. Like we did see Sinestro in one of the trailers. Obviously he wasn't in the first 20 minutes. There's a handful of scenes that are still to come, but a majority of everything that they've shown happened in like that first 20 to 30 minutes of the episode.
Wow.
So it's just like they held back so much, and all of the criticism and doubt that the show got from fans and viewers is like, whoa, if you only showed us the trailer for this first half of the first episode, you have to have something up your sleeve.
Man, that sounds really, really good. I'm excited to
It's
watch
so
that.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I outside of the Danny O'Neill and Neil Adams run, I haven't read any Green Lantern. I know very little about Green Lantern. Like what he can do with his ring. Like I have to just confess, I'm just not really a Green Lantern guy. Even though I have a big chunk of Green Lantern, like it's a big chunk of like my Bronze Age collection is that run, but outside of that, I don't really know that much. So I'm like, learning even like, okay, there's Hal Jordan and then John Stewart I knew, but then there's a bunch of other Guy Gardner, like,
Kyle Rayner.
Yeah. Well, all this stuff. I'm not really up on all that.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for it to be good because that expands the DC universe for me.
Yeah. And honestly, that was my thought while watching it. I was just like, I don't know what's going to happen because I haven't, like, I had that epiphany, like, once, like, after that moment of, like, Hal flew away and then they got to where they were going and the plot started to unfold of, like, why they were in this new place. And I was sitting there and I was like, I have no clue. Like, they were naming people, most of the time with Marvel stuff, because that's what I read the most, I can recognize the name. So it's like, if they say, I don't know, like Richard Rider or something, you're like, oh, like I know who that is.
Or in the latest Spider-Man, when they Spidey's friend, and they give his last name.
Yeah, Ned Leeds. Yeah,
yeah. They give the leads, and you knew like, oh, does that mean he's going to be this guy? Because I didn't catch that myself.
Right.
Yeah.
So when they're name dropping people in Lanterns, that's when I started to realize, I was like, that name could be nobody. That name could also be somebody very important.
Yeah.
And I just have no idea. So I will say, crazy ending to the first episode.
All right.
And I've read some theories on Twitter just of people saying where it could go. And if it's at all true, because they were like, oh my gosh, this could very likely be pulling from this run or from this run, or like a combination of these two runs. My thought was like reading this, I was like, 1, I need to read those, but 2, that might be some of the craziest stuff we've ever seen in like comic book,
really,
like visual media.
You really,
yeah,
wow. And you probably have a bunch of that stuff because you've got you've got that one collection that you bought. You had a bunch of Green Lantern, right?
Yeah, some of the covers I was like, oh, I know I have that one, and then there was some of the newer stuff like New 52 era stuff.
Yeah. And if it's from that collection, they're in good condition.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I can't wait for the next episode.
So they're dropping once a week. Is that the plan? HBO Max.
I think there's 8 or 10 or something.
I might just go ahead and like subscribe for a month or two because I there's a lot on there I haven't seen, and
oh yeah, House of Dragon.
I feel like I subscribe to every other thing under the sun, and then I have no problem canceling it and then going on to something else.
Yeah.
And kind of rotating as new seasons come out, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So why not do that? Because I had Showtime for a while, and then I canceled that, and I had HBO Max for a while, and I did watch one episode of the Game of Thrones prequel. House of Dragon.
There's also if you have. Because you have Disney Plus, right?
Yeah.
There's a bundle with HBO Max.
I'll have to look at that.
Yeah. So
I think it's a good reason. It's something to do in the fall. See new stuff's coming out.
yeah.
I love it, man.
Yeah, me too. I highly recommend if you're listening to this and you haven't watched Lanterns yet, absolutely get on that. Watch it. Get HBO Max. It's if the runs that people are connecting it to is accurate, then this show has potential to be great. So
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's have another great show.
yeah. All right, shorter episode, no video. So we'll be ending short that way. We're not boring you on the YouTube side. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music or Amazon Podcasts, whatever it is, it's no different for you. So
Yeah,
how
you
about
get the
guys?
same thing.
Yeah. Sorry, YouTube viewers. We'll be back next week with video.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I can convince Joshua to put like a looping video of himself dancing.
A GIF, just like a non-stop GIF.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening
Yes.
this week. We appreciate you so much. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm at Spros_comics. You can follow him on Instagram at Mr.Longbox. No claim sale this week. I'll be doing some Whatnot. So if you like Whatnot, check it out. I got that Attic collection.
Oh yeah.
So there's a bunch of like run fill for like all main Marvel titles if you want to get in on that. I think Katsu Comics and I are doing a team up sale next week. So, but
All right.
I'll announce that for sure for next week's episode. But yeah, that's everything on Spros Comics calendar for this week and next. We appreciate you guys so much for listening.
Yeah, thanks,
And
guys.
We'll see you next time.
See you later.
Peace.